Chat, got just chat. Everybody chat too much. Gotta move on the roll and do shit alone. Everybody chat too much. Yeah, everybody chat too much. Chat them, I chat too much.
Alright, let's get it cracking, guys. It's Ricco from the Blackjack Boys, and today is another episode of Serious Chattins. But today, I'm solo dolo. Yes, I actually feel like Akon right now. Like none of the mandem are here. No one could make it today, so you're just gonna get Rico's opinions on everything, basically. Not everything, but what's basically been going on. One of the first things I even wanted to get into that I even saw, first of all, it didn't come home. It didn't come home. Nah, I wish the mandem were here for this because we actually got a lot to talk about. But obviously, big up Southgate. He stepped down now as our manager, as the England manager. Big up all the boys. Big up Watkins, Saka, Bellingham, Mainu. They all done well, man. They all done well. Palmer. I want to say Foden as well, but I feel like I'm going to get hate for that for some reason. But now, big up the whole squad. Harry Kane as well. No, Harry Kane's been getting bare hate, but fam, playing at this level, it's a lot of pressure. That's what people need to realize. And England, we're not used to winning, so we're always bottling stuff. Like, shout out my boy DB. He had a play called Dear England. If you ain't watched that, well, it's done now, but it was done in January. But if they ever bring it back, watch it. I was telling them they need to do a Dear England part 2, literally, because there's so much to this story. And when we finally do win, because I believe we're actually going to win something international at least once in my lifetime. And if we actually do win, then we need to recreate this because it's ridiculous. Like when I watched Dear England in the cinema, it put a lot about the England team into perspective. First of all, if you didn't know, they literally brought in a psychologist. I think this is for the Euros 2021. They brought in a psychologist to help the England team. A woman, I forgot her name. It's a blonde woman in the theatre production. I think she is blonde in real life. I'm gonna check her name. I don't know. But yeah, they literally England. It's like we don't have enough faith or belief or confidence in ourselves. Like we're always got an underdog mindset. We don't have that kill mindset. Like even when we was playing. When we was all watching it in the pub, I was like, we weren't applying enough pressure. Every time we'd get the ball, there'd be 4 of them on us. Anytime they'd get the ball, we wouldn't even be able to get close to them. You get what I'm trying to say? So, just big up all the boys in the England team. I don't even know enough about football to just sit here on my own and just break down everything that happened like I'm on Filthy Fellas or something. Oh yeah, Tigo from Filthy Fellas. Oh yeah, that was a nice transition actually. But yeah, like I'm on Filthy Fellas or anything. I can't even just break it down. But big up the England team. It's not coming home. It didn't come home. 2026. All right? 2026 is coming home. Remember I said it in 2024 July. Okay. But yeah, I don't know if you guys heard about the Filthy Fellas thing as well. What's his name? My man Tigo. Apparently he's been stealing and that. I don't actually think. Actually, I'm not sure. Like, I think he was using the card, like the company's card or something like that, and he was using his expenses. Like he's paying off his expenses with that account or something. You're not meant to do that. So it was just a whole lot of effery. I think it was like he was just doing. I don't know if he was outright stealing, but he was moving. He wasn't moving 100% with integrity. I think that's what it was. And he done it enough that, well, to be honest, if it's 200 bags or whatever, that's a piss take. So I haven't got to the bottom of this story. Tigo, if you want to come on the podcast. Poet, if you want to come on the podcast. Loons, I actually love to get Loons on the podcast. He's hilarious. Come on the podcast. Let's discuss. It's a fair platform. Yeah, but nah, Filthy Fellas, like I said, I'm not even the biggest football fan, but every time I see clips of Filthy Fellas, it's an entertaining podcast. So it's sad it had to come to that. And they also say that Tigo was like the straight man, like the one, not wife of that, but the man who balances it out. So you know what I mean, the one who's a bit more balanced and level-headed. So we'll see how they maneuver going forward, because they do have a few characters on there. Like Poet, it can be quite, I don't want to say emotional, he's not emotional, but he can be quite passionate. You got Loons, it's in the name, innit? So but yeah, now big up all the man them at Filthy Fellas. What else did I even want to touch on? Oh yeah, did you guys all watch Supercell? Everyone watch Supercell. Big up Rap Man. Rap Man, please, when you come in on Blackjack Boys, serious chatting, need you to come on the podcast and talk. Because, just first of all, let's just all give a round of applause to Rap Man, because his come up has actually been it's certain. He started off just rapping normally, or he was telling his stories and stuff. He'd always tell his stories, which was 30. And then Shiro's story just blew up to another level. This is 2018. This is when Cadet was still alive. Rest in peace, Cadet, because Cadet used to be in Shiro's story. So Rapman's been doing this storytelling thing for time. He's been doing it for over a decade. But it was Shiro's story that propelled him. When he done Shiro's story with the man them on the wall, I literally, sorry for calling them man on the wall, I just forgot their genuine names, innit? When he done that with the man them on the wall, it blew up because it was sick. Like the production, the thought put into it, the bars, like it was sick. He's done his thing with that guy R.A. I forgot what it was called, but he's done the stories with him. Like Rapman, he's a good, like, I feel like he's a visionary. Obviously, it would be better if he was here to discuss this, but I feel like he's a visionary. Like, this is why it was such a natural transition for him to go into TV shows and movies, because the way his mind works, it's like the way he sees music, he sees it in a way that he's genuinely painting a picture. Like most rappers, including myself, like when I try and make music, not saying I'm some rapper, but you know what I mean? Most rappers, the way you rap or you tell a story, you're touching on certain things, like you're getting, it's like streams of consciousness. You're getting bits and I did this, I got a chain, I went there, I met this girl, I done this, I went to this country, I got 100 racks, and you're just putting it together in a song, and you're trying to make it coherent. Sometimes not even coherent. Like a lot of these mumble rappers, not even coherent. It's just and then you do that on a beat with a little bit of a melody, and it can come out sounding all right, innit? But Rapman has always had a coherent way of rapping. That's why he's called Rapman. Always had a coherent way of rapping. So you literally have to rate that. I can't lie. Obviously, we know he produced Blue Story, good film. I enjoyed it. Obviously, Blue Story, it was a good film. Watched it like once, maybe twice. Don't think I watched it twice, but I watched it once or twice. Good film. Wasn't like groundbreaking, but it was groundbreaking because of who done it in the culture. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I'm happy that with Supercell, after teaming up with Jay-Z and all these man there, he's gone down another path. Like, it's not no more of this gang. Obviously, we know Taser was in there, whatever, but it's no more of this gang, like gangs of London. Like, these guys in South London want to stab up these guys and then we're going to make a film about it. Like, this was actually an original production. Okay, man, them from normal people, everyday people from London, they get powers. How will they deal with it? And I thought there were certain parts that were quite realistic and made sense. Obviously, I've heard like my boy from church, a couple of weeks ago, he was complaining what was he complaining about? I think he was complaining about the guy's super strength. I forgot the character in it. Is that Rodney? No, that's not Rodney. What's the strong one called? The one who plays Lamar in BMF. But yeah, he was complaining about his power. Like, there was inconsistencies and stuff. But I was just thinking, allow it. Like, as a production, it was sick. Like, all the characters, I literally can't remember all the names. I remember Taser, I remember Rodney, Michael, I think is the black guy Chris, and I can't remember the woman with the force field. Like, they're on a Fantastic Four thing. But yeah, it was good. It was quite a nice fleshed out story. Definitely want a part 2, a season 2. That definitely needs to be in the works. The powers it was like generic powers, which is good. It doesn't need to be anything over the top in it. Like, it was good that it was some super strength, super speed, telekinesis. What was the other one? Turn invisible. And then Michael had his little controlling time. Michael was actually a bit OP when you actually think about it. Anyone who can control time or manipulate time is a bit too OP for me. Like, I don't like that. I used to discuss this with my boy, one of my boys, talking about time traveling. But I'm a big believer in the butterfly effects. That's why things like when people be like, oh yeah, I'd want the ability to time travel and all this and go back to the past and go to the future. I'm like, don't really know what you're asking for, because, well, maybe you do, innit? Because I guess, like, say there was a tragedy where your whole family died, God forbid. and then you could go back and stop that. You don't care what else that affects. You're gonna go back and stop that. Fair enough, innit? But I'm saying in regards to, say if you're 18 and you want to go back to when you're 16 and redo your GCSEs, and instead of getting a C, you want to, you know, all the answers to get an A now, and because it'll put you in a different position when you come back. You don't know how that butterfly knock-on effect of you going back and doing whatever you done or cheating the system or whatever is actually gonna can mess up other things. Even if you are in a better position, you personally, which I guess that's what most people care about, you don't know how that butterfly effect can affect other things. So let me actually make an example. So say for example, because butterfly effect is little things that you wouldn't notice. Say for example, there was a guy on the train, he was reading the newspaper about someone who got hit by a car, and then what do you call it? Yeah, someone, he found a newspaper on his seat, picked it up, saw something about someone getting hit by a car. Next thing you know, he's thinking, it gives him the idea to talk to his boy about, oh yeah, did you hear about this guy got hit by a car? Da, da, da. Then his boy has the idea to invent an invention that prevents car crash. I know this just sounds a bit like I'm waffling, but let me land. Then his boy has an idea to invent something that reduces car crashes by up to 80%. Let's just say in an alternate reality, this has already happened. So we've got a device that reduces car crashes by 80%. If this guy, this 16-year-old, this 18-year-old was to go back in time, and then he's gone back to when he was 16, so when this guy had the idea, let's just say he done something as simple as he picked up the newspaper instead of the guy's friend who was meant to pick up the newspaper. Now when you come back in 2 years, we never had that invention that stopped 80% of car crashes, because it just never existed, because that guy, the guy's friend, never got to read the newspaper and tell his friend, oh, did you hear about the car crash? And now there could be 10 people, when you go back, there could be 10 people dead who didn't actually need to die. He would have been alive. It's just something to think about. But yeah, Supercell, I'd give it, personally, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 for the first production. Big up Rap Man. Yeah, man, that Taser kid was loose. Like, can we remember that he actually killed Michael for like literally no reason? And if Michael didn't reverse it, Michael would have just been dead. Like, he literally just stabbed him up for doing like, literally telling his other boy to kind of leave him alone kind of thing. The Taser was a loose screw. I understand why these GMs and stuff want invisibility. Like, I even heard Horrid One in his little like street interview say that he would have invisibility. And seeing the way Taser was moving, I was like, I guess it does actually make a bit of sense. It makes sense. If you're doing a bookie, if you're involved in bookie things, it makes sense that you want to be as least visible as possible. Big up Digger D, Free Digger. He had his scene in Supercell. That was quite good. He was literally just himself, down to the colors. I was like, bro, you can at least let man flag green or something, like change something. Man was literally blue woo, like literally Digger D. Like, he was literally Digger D. He was wearing blue, talking like Digger. Yeah, he died a horrific death though. So yeah. So I guess that was all fiction, but yeah, he basically just was Digger in when he was playing the character. But Digger did a good job. Castillo had me creasing, fam. Like, it's just the way he says things, fam. Like, it's like you're playing a flipping an essay off him, but the way he says things, he's just still funny. Like, and he had the ability to fly. I was even like, rah, man's even got the most unrealistic ability out of all of them. Like, I don't know how changing your souls will give you the ability to fly. But that's one thing that even kind of put me off X-Men in year 9. I still remember I was in art class. I used to love X-Men. I still like X-Men, by the way. I'm going to watch that Deadpool. Don't worry, I got things to talk about. I was in art class, yeah. This is year 9. St. Edwards, not that anyone cares, but yeah. Year 9, St. Edwards, I remember I was sitting next to whoever, I was talking about whatever, and I remember one white guy in my class, he must have just been like, oh, X-Men is so stupid. He wasn't even talking directly to me. He was talking to someone else, but I was just listening. Oh, yeah, X-Men is so stupid. Like, how are they born with these powers? Like, how are they born able to control the weather and da-da-da-da? And when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, well, he kind of like, he took all the, like, the fun out of it for me, because when I was thinking about it, I was like, it is a bit stupid. Like, you got some powers you might be able to cut through. Oh, Wolverine, he cuts himself, he can heal fast. Like, oh, like, his cells are super. Like, you can kind of get away with that. You get what I'm trying to say? But you can't get away with, what do you call it? can't get away with, oh, man just born with the ability to control the weather like Storm. That's like, or to teleport like Nightcrawler. Like, that's some just God level powers. I think they did make an explanation for that, but I never watched that last X-Men movie, so it was lost on me anyway. Speaking of X-Men, got Deadpool and Wolverine coming up soon. Can I just say, am I the only one, I'm about to do a little bit of a Ricco rant. Am I the only one who's sick of this, like, superhero films have just become comedy films? Like, am I the only one who's sick of that? Last year, I went to watch Guardians of the Galaxy. The person I came out the cinema with the person, and I was like to her, fam, this film, like, it was just like a comedy. Like, I didn't feel no threat in it. It was just like, it felt like Hollywood actors cosplaying as superheroes. It didn't feel like back in the day when it actually felt like a superhero film. There's actually threat in the film. The world is actually in danger. It feels like, oh yeah, we're a bunch of Hollywood actors. We're all breaking the fourth wall. There's too much wink at the audience. Too much fan service. All these films, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, even though I like the new Spider-Man, it's the same thing. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, it was sick seeing that in the cinema. But it's just a lot of fan service in these films. And it's just like, bro, like, get back to the threat, fam. Like, when is it actually going to be? And you know who started this? Is Avengers. It started from like, maybe like the third, fourth Avengers. Like, that's when it just started becoming like, all these films are just comedy films. And then Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's just Hollywood actors cosplaying as themselves. I mean, as superheroes. And it's just like, no one feels like an alien. Why are all the aliens just flipping Americans? It just makes no sense. Like, there's no kind of like creativity put into it. Like, give them an accent, make them talk you're just making some American put on some blue face paint and just, oh yeah, we're just these creatures. What? Why are you all Americans for? It doesn't make sense. Why can you all communicate there? Like, that's one thing I just don't really like nowadays. And I was complaining this to her from last year. I was literally saying, why, when I left the film, I was like, yeah, the film was all right, but it just feels like they're just all comedies now. Like, but it is what it is, man. But I think, and I know this Deadpool Wolverine film is going to be like that. And Deadpool basically is the one who started it off in 2016. Because I remember I watched Deadpool in the cinema with my boy. Shout out Gabriel. But yeah, Deadpool literally started it off. But the first Deadpool was sick. Because no one had broke the fourth wall like that. It wasn't a tired thing. Like, it was a new thing. So it was sick when he done it. Second Deadpool, I don't even remember if I finished it. Watched like half of it. It was all right. First one was sick because no one had broken the fourth wall like that. Like, it was, and the way, what's the actor called? Ryan Reynolds, whatever. The way he played it, it was sick. So, big up Ryan Reynolds for bringing the Deadpool character to life, because X-Men Origins Wolverine depiction of him was terrible. Fair enough. But we need to move from this, wink wink at the camera, let's do fan service, oh yeah, everyone knows it's fake now. Fam, this is what, bro, the audience are trying to, do you know what the problem is, yeah? Audiences nowadays think they're too smart because of the internet and things. Everyone just thinks they're the critic, thinks they're smart. Same with wrestling. I still watch wrestling, but I used to be the biggest wrestling fan. Like, I used to want to be a wrestler. One day I'm literally going to do another Ricco Rant, whatever. I'll tell you the whole story of that. I wish I had footage of, I used to go wrestling training. Like, I wish I had footage of all that. I was fatter back then as well. You guys thinking, oh, he was this skinny guy, like, chatting like about, do you know what I mean? But back then, it was different. I was just fat then. I wasn't even hench. I was just fat. But this is when I was like 15. But I just say that to say, wrestling nowadays, even, it's like, it's too wink wink at the camera. Like, everyone just like, oh yeah, like, oh, tell creative to do this and this. And I'll just be thinking, shut up, bruv, about creative. What do you know about creative? You're just a fan, like, just watch the thing, bruv. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's worse with these superhero films. There's too much winking, man. Stop winking at me. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Donald Trump. Thank God, I guess, that he pulled through, but he got shot in his ear. Not even pulled through, nothing really happened to him, but it was an attempt on his life. It was still an attempted murder. A 20-year-old school shooter looking guy. Again, forgot his name. You know what it is? I don't have my phone on me because I'm trying to use my phone as a second camera, so I can't even quickly like be searching for the names and all that. But yeah, Donald Trump got shot by this kid. The kid got sniped down after. Unfortunately, a firefighter in the crowd got a headshot. and he died. So rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. Because it's deep that there's always someone who has to be collateral. I just have to say, Trump, thank God, man. God's protecting you. Be happy in it. Like, it's going to be hard for someone like Joe Biden to win now, because Joe Biden literally looks like he's at death's door, bruv. No disrespect, because he's the president, but you know what I mean. Donald Trump looks strong. Man is going, wait, so he could do this. What was he doing? I couldn't even make out what he's trying to say. Going, like I was just like, what is this guy doing? But yeah, he knew what he was doing. He's like, wait, if I do this with the blood on my face after the attempt on my life, I've won. And to be honest, he probably has won. And I haven't got a horse in the race. I'm not a Republican or Democrat. I'm one of them people who believe vote for who's benefiting you and your family and trying to make the country better. I'm not on this, political, it's football teams. Like, I can only vote for one. If this side's trying to take me for idiot and this side's trying to take me for idiot, who's trying to take me for less of an idiot? That's how I see it, because they're all trying to take me for idiot. So who's trying to take me for less of an idiot? That's how I see it, innit? But yeah, Donald Trump is probably going to win the election, I would say. If Joe wins, bro, can Joe stand for another 4 years? Like, honestly, let that guy rest. Let him rest. Look at the guy called President Zelensky, President Putin. Sit down now, Joe. Sleepy Joe. They call you Sleepy Joe, bro. And it's not even his fault. He's in his 80s, bro. You think when I'm in my 80s, I'm going to want to be full suit talking to these flipping... You know what I mean? Like, trying to convince the world, the world's going to get better, guys. I'm 85. I don't even care anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, about the world's going to get better. Let Joe rest, man. You know what's peak, yeah? Because I'm on my ones. I'm the one who has to check the camera, like, to see if it's still recording, innit? But yeah, man, Joe, sit down, rest. You've paid your dues. You've done your service, man. Rest, bro. Okay. What else did I want to get into? Oh, yeah. Eminem dropped a new album, The Death of Slim Shady. Now, on the way here, I was listening to it. I got about halfway or just over halfway. Quite good. It's a concept album. The thing about Eminem, and me and Eminem, we do have I used to be one of his biggest fan when I was like in year 6, year 7. Like, because I just used to listen to him. Like, I used to love going back to listen to them, the top rappers and their old works that I was like a baby or a very young at the time when they were releasing. So I used to go back, listen to Kanye albums, Eminem albums, Lil Wayne albums. And I used to just find them so cold. And because Eminem, at that age where you're like 12, 13, and you still got that impressionable mind, you're just like, how was this guy saying this stuff, flowing with such a I don't give a F attitude? Like, I used to just find it so cool. Him, Kanye, how is Kanye just saying all this stuff? He don't care. Like, I just used to rate them, man. Eminem, I listen to him. So I can talk because I've listened to albums. I'm not coming from a place where I ain't listened to none of these men's albums, and I'm just like, oh yeah, he can't do this, he can't do it. I've listened to the original Slim Shady LP. I've listened to the Marshall Mathers LP. I've listened to the Eminem Show. I've listened to Marshall Mathers LP too. You know what I'm trying to say? I've listened to most of Weezy's albums. I've listened to most of Yeezy's albums. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? I've listened to these, man. So when they release new stuff, I can comment, because I can go back and listen to their old stuff, comment, compare it to their new things. And I'm also open-minded. I'm not stuck in the past. I'm not stuck in the future. That I can appreciate either era. But yeah, back to Eminem. The Death of Slim Shady. So far, I see what he's trying to do. Sometimes I think it's another one of them kind of cosplayish things, though. Not Eminem. Because when he tried to bring, I don't know if you guys remember, when he done the Marshall Mathers LP 2 in 2013. This is even when I'm in year 8 or 9. Yeah, year 8-ish. I was even gassed at the time, because this is still in the prime when I used to be listening to old school Eminem, innit? So when he's released something new, I'm like, yes, like, he's back, like, blonde hair again. Obviously, I liked his stuff like Not Afraid and all of that. I'm not afraid. And Love the Way You Lie, like them kind of 2010 bangers. But we all know it was the old, like, won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Those were the ones that were cold, innit? So when I heard the new thing, like his tunes like Berserk and all that, this is from the 2013 tape. I wasn't really feeling them. They was alright. Like Friends of the Monster with Rihanna, it was a bit too poppy for me. Like it just sounded like a pop tune. Bad Guy, that was good because that was a Stan. If you everyone remembers the rap song Stan, that was the part two to that. That's also to touch on how influential Eminem has been to the rap game. Like people do buzz him, but Stan, we use Stan for everything now. Oh, I stan this person. This person's got stans. Eminem's the one who started that with a character called Stan, who was an obsessed fan. That's where it comes from. A lot of people don't even know that. Like younger people don't know that, but that's where it comes from. But Eminem, he's a tough one because you got people who just are up his arse. Oh, he's the greatest. He's this, he's that. Oh, he's da 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 da. Like blah blah blah. You got people. Oh, we don't listen to Eminem in the hood. Like he's dead. Like da 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 da. He's corny. Now I'm as an adult, I'm more in the middle. It's like you're a sick rapper. Like, I was even listening to the things now. Like the way he can do it, he's so witty with his bars. Like he's very witty, but it is still a thing where it's like I see what you're trying to do, Eminem. The music does sound good because it's got the Slim Shady vibe, but the beats are still quite modern. I feel like he was able to bridge that gap because sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it flops in it. So I feel like he was able to bridge that gap in it. But yeah, with Eminem, I don't know if it's a thing where it's like, cause times have changed so much. When you try to do this stuff at an older age, you're not the new kid on the block anymore. Like when you was, oh, who's this mid-20s trailer park trash guy with blonde hair, I don't give an F, coming into the scene just talking greasy with his baggy shirt and his baggy jeans. Like that's what it was like. Like who's this? But now it's like you're established. We all know you're rich. He said in the album, oh, I got an elevator in my mansion. My elevator broke. Like, like, do you know what I mean? So you've been out of touch with the modern man for a second. So when you touch on certain things, or when you try and make certain jokes, because back in the day, Eminem was making mad jokes. R word, talking about R and his baby mum and his mum and all that. Bro, this guy was talking mad. Like when you listen back to it, you're like, rah, like how the hell like did he get away with this now that I'm listening to it with an adult brain? But yeah, he was talking mad, killing people viciously, like, and he done that in this album as well. Like, still talking about killing people, but he's trying to show the like. Obviously, I haven't finished the album yet, but he's trying to show like Slim Shady always keeps popping back up. Slim Shady always keeps popping back up. Like whenever Eminem is trying to move on or he's trying to change or something, the Slim Shady in him, which I guess is the evil side or the cynical side, is always gonna be there, and it's hard to get rid of him. And it's like it's a bit of a crutch because Slim Shady can always be that crutch to lean on that will give him that boost to be able and give him that confidence and that chest to say certain things and do certain things. So I hear it. I hear both sides of it, but I even saw Candace Owens and that getting onto Eminem and all that, saying he hasn't grown up. I don't think I don't think it's that he hasn't grown up. I think it's that he has evolved because if you listen to the album, so far he's still touching on things that are relevant today. Like he's touching on things that have happened this year, last year, and the year before, 2020. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's still watching what's going on, but he's still making references like Christopher Reeve. That's someone who died in like 2003 from falling off a horse or something like that. But yeah, he's still making fun of guys like that who was making fun of from the first Slim Shady album. Like they're ops. I don't even think they even knew each other. But do you get what I'm trying to say? But so far the album, it's been a good listen. It's not been bad. There have been some bars I'm like, rah. But there is a lot of things I'm like, you're very witty, Eminem. I'll give you that. Like, you're very witty with your bars. But yeah, so I did rate that. What else did I want to touch on, actually? Sorry, I just had to grab my phone. Oh yeah, how did I forget? Got a new government, fam. I knew I was missing one of the main things I had to talk about. Yeah, man, Rishi's out. Rishi's out of here, man. Yeah, bro, we got a new government now. Keir Starmer is our new prime minister. We'll see in it. Everyone, a lot of people are like, oh, last time Labour was in power, they effed up the country. Da, 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 da. We'll see in it. We will see. I'm just hoping for the best. Why do you want to mess up? When I look at politicians, I'm just like, why do you want to finesse the people? Like, why? Like, who is the fat cat? Who is the higher power at the very top? Like, who? Like, because if you go up to any of these guys individually, oh, I'm not responsible. Oh, it wasn't me. Oh, he said. Oh, she said. Like, you will never like get to the root of who is the one, and it can't be just one person. Like, who are the people, the ones with the influence that it's like people just keep getting finessed? Like the people, the average people, like the taxes and everything. You man, and I'm always hearing about MPs getting higher pay and all of that. Is it literally just down to greed? Like, oh, we're in politics because we're greedy. Like, we just know this is a way to make money. Like, is it actually that? Even with these fake pastors and stuff, like, is it actually that? Is it like, oh, I want to actually help a congregation? Or is it actually just like, yep, this is an easy lick, let me get into this. Or if I get to a higher enough, they're just going to be coming, oh, God, man of God. And then there's putting down £20 notes. And in Africa, I think as well, I've seen man, don't even get me started, brother. I might need to do a whole rant on that itself. But nah, fair play to Rishi though. He's the first prime minister in 8 years to not step down or resign or get kicked out. Do you know what I mean? So even though he didn't get voted in, fair play, Rishi. You're a multi-millionaire. You might as well just flipping fly off to. I heard him and his family were planning a holiday anyway. You might as well, bro. Like, you might as well just leave Keir Starmer to it, fam. Of a lot of politics, it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So now that you don't have to, you just go enjoy your life, bro. Like, from time, man, like David Cameron were just like, F this, and they were standing down. It's like, if an actual English man is not gonna continue the term, like, what do you expect, fam? What else? Oh, even just got lol, my friend even messaged me, Supercell, how they were given powers and the first thing they tried to do was trap. I think that's a good point, though. Because what would be the first thing most of us would try to do if we got powers? We'd try to use it to our own advantage, or we'd try to keep it under wraps. Those are the two things I think. You'd either, if you got powerful enough, so let's say you got some god level powers, like you got the power of flipping one of these Superman type characters, like I don't know if any of you man watch Bruce Almighty. Like, you got that Bruce Almighty, or you're a Superman, you're invincible, like you can fly, like you got them type of powers, like, you know what I mean? You're like Thor. Bro, you think man then won't start robbing banks if they know they can do this to prison bars, and they know if they get shot in the head, it's just got beep, and they know if someone burns them, it's just gonna. You think man then won't be moving mad? You think you must not know some people are small-minded. You think people are say a GM whose boys died. You think his first thought, if he gets the power to basically of a Super Saiyan, bruv, if he gets that power, his first thing is going to be, oh, let me go Israel and Palestine and talk to the governments now that I'm powerful. Nah, bruv. He's looking for ops. He's flying around. He's going to the prison. He's banging the bars, breaking his boys out, bro. That's the first thing he would do. You get what I'm trying to say, bruv? If I got some Super Saiyan powers, first thing I'm doing is, how do I monetize this? Bro, or do you know what I mean? Like, because it's not like, I'm not really, I don't want world domination. I don't just want to be king of the world for the sake of being king of the world. So I'll just be like, how do I use this to make me and my family's life better? And people around me better? And then obviously we'll have some man who really want to be a hero. But you already know how the world is. Man, them are jealous. People are haters. You will be flying around happy. If you got the ability to fly, how long do you think it will be before they shoot you out the sky, take you to Area 51 and then start running tests on your body? Bro, they will literally see you flying. Like, you will be flying. Say you got the ability to fly as fast as a plane. Like, you can go high, you're flying. Like, you can fly from here anywhere for as long as you want, whenever you want. Bro, as soon as you get clocked, as soon as people start putting it on social media, bruv, they're going to be trying to make laws around it and why it's illegal and start hating on you. And if you're not getting in line with how they want you to do things, you will start running tests. You don't even know how they're going to do you, fam. Especially, you don't even know how they're going to do you. Maybe they'll try... maybe if you're smart, you might be able to go down the celeb route. And if you do that, it'll be harder for them to touch you. But if you people don't really know who you are, you're just flying around. probably just blast you out the sky, bruv, and just take your body and, how do we harvest this for our weapons? Like, you know how these men are, bruv. So I'm not surprised they started trapping, because the first thing is like, I'm invisible now. I can make my life easier with what I'm already doing. I could just do it to a higher level. What else was he going to do with invisibility? You know what I mean? So I don't think that's even that deep. I agree with that, fam. What else did my brother say? Love Island, fam. Ain't been watching it. I've heard people are saying Mimi's been moving like an idiot. I don't know. I haven't been watching it. That's the names I'm hearing. I usually watch Love Island. This season I didn't watch it and it's sounding good. But Love Island, you know what it is? It's a commitment. Like it's a summertime commitment, and because they've made it so frequent, I feel like they've saturized it. Sorry. So that's why I felt like this season I wasn't bothered to watch it, even though apparently it's been a good season. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. So shout out Mimi. Apparently, if you want to state your case, serious chattins, you can come say what happened. I don't know. Apparently, you're getting taken for an idiot. Whoops. That's what Shade Borough and all of that is saying. So I don't know. What else was I saying? Oh yeah, rest in peace. They finally found Jay Slater. Rest in peace, Jay Slater. Yeah, that was a mad thing, fam. They made that into some big production now, like 50K, was sending out the whole search team. It's weird. It's like when something goes viral, it just turns into like, I don't know, it's like it just catches fire. Because niggas are going missing every day. And when I say niggas, I don't mean black people in particular. I'm just saying as in people. People going missing every day, fam. Like, so it's like the way things can turn into like can blow up into this big, like, this is the maddest case. This has never happened before. It's mad. It's sad though. I want them to get found alive. I'm never wishing death on no man. They said he done something. He rushed someone back in the day who got stabbed with a machete or something. I don't know. I wasn't there. Didn't see it. Ain't got no qualms with Jay Slater. Hopefully he's in a better place. Rest in peace. It's a sad story. We don't know the backstory, because on face value it doesn't really make sense why you tried to walk 10 hours from one place to another. Yeah, on face value the story doesn't really make sense. They found his body with his clothes like folded next to him or something, so he probably got killed. It doesn't sound like they're trying to say he dropped. Doesn't sound like he dropped. It sounds like he got murdered. So someone investigate that or whatever. Rest in peace, Jay Slater. Condolences to the family. Obviously, they got 50K from the GoFundMe, so at least they got a bit of money for the funeral and whatever else they need to get back to the UK. Rest in peace, Jay Slater, man. It's never good when a young person dies, literally. How old is he? 19? At 20? It's not worth it, fam. You think you know everything at that age. I'm 24 now. Now, when I look back, I'm like, I was actually dumb, bruv. You get what I'm trying to say? And then probably when I'm 28, I'm going to look back to when I'm 24 and be like, no. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's peak to die young, man. Hindsight is a beautiful thing. It's a bitter thing and it's a beautiful thing. Bittersweet, I guess. Because you can look back and be like, this was good. Or I could have done this different. Or you could go back and be like, I don't know. I didn't know how good I had it until I didn't have it. So that's the good thing about hindsight. But when you die young, 16, 17, 18, 19, you don't get that chance. That's why it's deep. It's like, yeah, I'm going to enjoy life. And then the next time you wake up, you're at heaven's gates, bruv. And you're like, what? Like, can I get a do-over? And it's like, nah, bro. Your body's done. Like, get in here. It's like, what the do you get what I mean? So I actually feel for anyone who's ever died young. Like, it's peak. Whether it was their own fault or someone else's fault, man. We're all dumb when we're young. Bible says foolishness is in the heart of a child, fam. Obviously, I don't. That's not what it says verbatim, but that's literally basically what it says. Summertime rain. Bro, fam, with England, like, let's just, why do we expect, like, let's not expect too much from England. Like, 2 days ago, there was, every time, this happened in the 2021 Euros as well, by the way, because I was there, I was outside for that one, Trafalgar Square. Anytime we lose the Euros, the clouds come, and then the rain starts pouring, bruv. The rain starts pouring, bro. Like, lit. Wait, hold on. Yeah, fam. Yeah, lich. They get hold on. Yeah, bro. Like, why do? Let me just start from the beginning. Yeah, anytime there's summer in the UK, we just get some mad rainfall. Anytime we lose the Euros, I've realized last time in 2021 when we lost, and this time we just get repaid with rain. It's like they literally rain on our parade. Like any hope we had, it gets rained on, stepped on. Like it's done. Like it's peak, fam. But you know what? It's neither here nor there in that. Like England has never been the place to expect for good weather. And to be fair, when I went to Jamaica, first week sun, 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 sun. Second week, start of the rainy season, bro. Half the day would be sunny. The other half of the day, thunder, lightning, rain. And the difference in these tropical countries like Jamaica, the lightning is so much more frequent, and so like the way it's like just like rah, and then people's cars start like beep 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 beep, and it feels much closer to you, fam. Like the thunder, man was feeling the vibration. Like in England, you hear thunder, it feels if it's like it sounds far away. You see one lightning, you're like, oh rah, there was a lightning, a bit of thunder, rah, lightning. But in Jamaica, like bro, like I wasn't man, fam. But apart from that, obviously Jamaica was sick. But yeah, when it rains, it pours. It's one of them places. When it rains, it pours. But yeah, I just take it as God watering the plants in it. So it is what it is. I even saw Drake's ting this morning. No, why for that? No, not like that. I mean Drake's mansion. Like I saw his Drake's ting. When I said Drake's ting, I meant I saw his ting flooded. Like his mansion flooded. That came out mad, fam. But yeah, no, I saw Drake's mansion get flooded today in the morning. What do you call it? That was mad. Apparently there's some mad rainstorm in Toronto. So big up Drake. Good luck with that, sorting out the mansion. He's got the money to do it. It's peaked though. He's been having a bit of bad luck lately. They're not like us, just taking off and flipping this now as well. It's just little things, isn't it? He's probably not letting it get him down, but it's little things, innit? It's just annoying. But Drake will be back. Mark my words. Drake will be back very soon, and he'll take over the game again. And but will Drake ever return to his position as like fully number one by far? Like, will he get back to that? That's what, because I think he'll come back and be lit again. But will he be the man again? But if Drake goes, there's a void. There's a vacuum. There's no one to fill them boots. Not right now. I love Kendrick, but Kendrick's not a hit maker enough. And if you saw our previous episodes, the one who won, also who do you think won? The one where we talk about Drake versus Kendrick featuring my boy Tommy. I literally say, it's literally like Drake is burger and chips. Kendrick Lamar is like spicy food. A lot of people like spicy food and rate spicy food. And they'll be like, oh yeah, this is the best spicy food. Millions of people like spicy food. A lot of people. But burger and chips will always win because it's the generic food that anyone, a kid can eat. Little kid, picky kids eat. Adults eat. People who like spice can eat it. That's how it is with Drake. His music is easily digestible. You can be some mad rap 90s fan. Yeah, I got my eyes on you. You're everything that I need. You get what I'm saying? That comes on at the right motive. You're vibing, bro. Controller. Bro, come on, man. You're vibing. It doesn't matter what era you like the music from. Kendrick can't really do that. Kendrick specializes in spicy food. A lot of people like spicy food, including me. I like Kendrick. A lot of people like spicy food. But it's not the mainstream. And Kendrick has had his couple mainstream hits. He's had his money trees. He's had his swimming pools. He's had his dam. It's like a chicken tikka masala, isn't it? Like for British people. Yeah, there's that one spicy. There's a couple spicy rice dishes that cut through, innit? That are a bit mild. They're mild on the spice. They're not mad. They got the chicken korma. Like they're mild on it. It's not the mad traditional foods, innit? So that's how I see it. What else did I want to touch on? Why for that? Already spoke about the elections. Let's see what else there I gotta talk about. Ooh, Stormzy and Maya Jama call it quits for the second time 1 hour ago. Breaking news. Fair enough. Well, I can't bother to read this statement, but I'm just gonna read it for you guys. Innit? This is what Maya Jama posted. This is what Stormzy posted. I'm gonna read it. Hey guys, we've been laughing whilst drafting this because we never ever in a million years thought we'd be the couple announcing a breakup. But for the sake of clarity and more importantly to allow us the space and grace that's needed for us both to be able to navigate the next bit of our lives with peace, we thought it might be best to. We fell madly in love in 2014, broke up in 2019 and then spent 5 years maneuvering life apart. Isn't that when Maya got a new man and got engaged? Stormzy, you should have kind of seen from then, bro. We decided to try for the final time in August 2023 and we spent this past year trying our best to make it work. However, we've recently decided to call it quits. We were 21 and 20 when we first met, both at the beginning of our careers, and spent 5 years growing together, then 5 years growing separately. So the final attempt required a lot of figuring out, relearning and unlearning. We tried and it didn't work, and that's okay. We still think the absolute world of each other. We still care and respect each other. We are still grateful for the time we've had together, and we are still friends. We'll always be friends. So if you see us having a little catch up of the Brits or something, don't cause a fuss. We are dogs. Announcing this feels so dramatic, but we're doing it so that it kind of takes away the drama and avoids speculations and rumors. We are kindly asking for the grace to let us both of us keep it moving and not be bothered about it. We highly doubt this will work, and we're still kindly asking anyway. Love you guys and thank you for all the love you showered us with. It's been beautiful. Mike and MJ. Okay. That's breaking news. They both posted it on their IGs. I guess it is what it is. Break up, innit? I was one of them people. I was happy to see them get back together, but after, like, to be honest, it's like warming up chips in it. After she's been with another man, I'm not saying it didn't work. He still had love for her. She still had love for him. But and like they said, there's been a 5-year interval. Sometimes it can work though. It's working for Nelly and Ashanti, so it can work actually. It depends on your mindset. I guess it is possible to warm up chips in the air fryer, but you can't re-warm them in the microwave. But you can re-warm them in the air fryer. So maybe it is possible if you use a different method. They tried for a year, it didn't work. But, you know, it's hard, isn't it? I guess they're each other's first proper love. Not first love. I know Maya Jama had that guy who was like 21 and she was like 16 or something. But yeah, maybe not first love, but they was each other's first like celebrity relationship. Like she said, or he said, or whoever wrote that, they grew together, blah, blah, blah. You know about breakups, they're probably still going to be getting it cracking behind closed doors at certain points until one of them moves on. So big up Stormzy and Maya Jama, innit? Yeah, I ain't really got too much to say on that. I used to rate Stormzy. You're the birthday girl. You're the birthday girl. That was a hard tune, so that was good. He really did love her. She really did love him. It seemed like a good relationship. They seemed like they bounced off each other, the banter and all of that. So it is what it is, man. Stormzy, report back to Georgia Smith. No, I'm joking. Nah, man, Stormzy, yeah, he can go get himself a nice gal. And Maya, she can go get herself a nice man with money. So, you know what? Yeah, enjoy your lives, innit? I ain't really got too much else to say. I've just been talking at the camera for 50 minutes now. Yeah, I think that might be it. Let me see if I can think of a quote of the day, fam. This isn't a quote of the day. This is just first thing that came to my mind. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So do what you wanted to do. It's one of them ones. You have short hair, people be chatting rubbish, slapping your head, slap head, You get long hair, you got long hair, doesn't look right. Bro, do what you want. You ain't got piercings, people shit, you get piercings, people chat. You ain't got tattoos, people chat. You're fat, people chat. You're slim, people chat. I'm talking from experience. I've been both. So I'm not just talking, I'm talking from experience, like talking from experience on all facts in it. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. The only person you should care about damning you is God, innit? Or a judge who's got the power to give you, I guess, 50 years, because you don't want to get damned to that either. So, serious chattins. Ricco episode on his ones. We out.